Click the link to MTG Burgeoning's Introduction to Planechase in the description below. There are some planes and phenomenons in Planechase that should be added to any planar deck, as the benefits to their inclusion can be realized during any portion of a game of Magic the Gathering. Factors like life gain, free mana, direct damage, drawing cards, and deck filtering are fundamental aspects of the game. With this in mind, why would you not include Kilnspire District in your planar deck? When you planeswalk to this plane, or at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, put a charge counter on Kilnspire District, and then add a red mana to your mana pool for each charge counter on it. Whenever you roll Chaos, you may pay X. If you do, deal X damage to any target. This plane's static ability is a functional version of Braid of Fire, an enchantment that has a cumulative upkeep of adding red mana to your mana pool. However, this mana quickly disappears as the player transitions from their upkeep to their draw step. Kilnspire District provides this mana during your first main phase. Even if there are no red spells in your deck, the free red mana generated by this plane can be used to pay colorless costs of spells and effects. If we add in the possibility of dealing direct damage to any target with the right toss of the planar die, then why would you not include Kilnspire District in your planar deck? There are some planes and phenomenons in Planechase that should not be added to any planar deck, as the detriments to their inclusion hinder your chances of claiming victory over your opponents. Randomly impacting combat, dealing self-inflicted direct damage, randomly destroying permanents, restricting your spells, and the most unforgivable circumstance of them all, helping your opponents. These are all factors that validate the decision to leave these cards out of your planar deck and keep them in your storage box instead. With this in mind, why would you include Chaotic Aether in your planar deck? Chaotic Aether is a phenomenon. A phenomenon in Planechase has an ability that triggers when it is encountered by its reveal from the top of the planar deck. When you encounter Chaotic Aether, each blank roll of the planar die is a chaos roll until a player planeswalks away from a plane. This phenomenon provides each player with a 5 out of 6 chance of rolling chaos. You have carefully selected the planes and phenomenons for your planar deck. You meticulously sculpted and refined your corresponding EDH deck to flawlessly synergize with your planar deck. You understand the risk of building decks around chaos abilities, with its 1 in 6 success rate on average. You have crafted a theme independent of needing these chaos abilities, with the detriment of providing your opponents with drastically increased odds of rolling their own chaos abilities. Why would you dedicate a slot in your planar deck for Chaotic Aether? Why would you include Sanctum of Serra in your planar deck? When you planeswalk away from Sanctum of Serra, destroy all non-land permanents. You are in a holding pattern with this plane. Opponents will not commit many, if any, resources to the battlefield when they see a very visible board wipe. The game grinds to a standstill. Yes, it is only a 1 in 6 chance of planeswalking away and destroying all non-land permanents. However, that presents another conundrum. What if you need to wipe the board? How lucky are you with rolling dice? Do you have enough mana to roll multiple times in the same turn if needed? Even the chaos roll could be disastrous. When you roll it, your life total becomes 20. If you're playing EDH, then you could lose half your starting life total with one roll of the planar die. Put your mass removal spells in the 99 of your EDH deck, not in your planar deck. With the detriments of chance removal and self-harm in mind, why would you dedicate a slot in your planar deck for Sanctum of Serra?